CMPSC156 at UC Santa Barbara. We are at the fourth video in our series where we have a story that we have been working on in the in progress column. We've completed the work, we believe, and we're ready to make a pull request. So if we have recently pushed to the branch, if we go to this repo and go to the pull request tab, it's likely that at the top of the page, we will see this little pop-up that has the name of our branch and it says it had recent pushes 13 minutes ago. Compare and pull request. If we click that button, it'll just create the pull request for us. We also, if we have down here at the screen where we made the push, here's where I did the get push origin branch name. There will be a URL that comes up the first time you push to that branch that has a URL that you can open to create the pull request. Or the third way is just go to new pull request and then find the branch here on this menu. And this is where it's helpful to start the branch with your team name, because then you can just see S21 staff, add instructions to personal schedule page. It'll come right up, and then you can create the pull request. So click create pull request. And then we want to add some comments. In this PR, what you want to do is make a brief description from a user standpoint of what this PR does. In this PR, we add some text to the personal schedule page to explain the purpose of the page. Sometimes it's helpful here to put a screenshot. So what I could do is I could say before and after. And if I go over here, this is my after image for this PR. You can see this is running on localhost. So I'll take a screenshot here of what this looks like. And then I will go over and paste that in as my after. If I go to Proj UCSB courses search, here's the production version of this. And if I go to the personal schedule page, I can get a before screenshot. So there's a before screenshot where there are no instructions. And if I paste that in for the before, this is now a very nice, convenient way for somebody to, at a glance, look at this and see what change was made. Now, in this case, because this is a super simple change, maybe this is a little bit overkill. Probably this text would have been enough. But as you get into more complex and changes, it can be helpful to have a screenshot before and after, or even a full animated GIF, sort of a short video. There's a tool called LICCAP, L-I-C-C-A-P. I'll just show you briefly. This is what the tool looks like. And if I wanted to make a brief screen capture, I could basically just go in and let's say I wanted to capture what it looks like to log out. I could click record, demo log out, click save, and that starts recording. If I click log out here, oops, site cannot be reached because in fact I don't have the back end or the front end running at the moment. But I could do what it looks like to log out there on UCSB courses search, hit stop. And what I will get is an animated GIF, which I believe shows up in maybe in my documents folder. Yes, there it is, demo logout. So if I open that up, when it opens up in preview, it doesn't look exactly like it will look in a browser. Maybe if I open with Firefox, I think that'll give us a better idea of what this will look like. So you can see that here I've got an animated GIF. It's showing me landing on that wrong web page, but then it shows what happens when I log out, right? So those animated GIFs can also be dragged into an issue, so if or pull request, or an issue for that matter. Let me quit out of LICCAP and go back to my pull request. just to illustrate, I can take one of those animated GIFs and drag it in as well. This one doesn't really pertain to this pull request, so I'm only doing this for demonstration purposes. But drag that in, and I'll click Create Pull Request. And you'll see that once I do that, there's my before screenshot, my after screenshot, and then this is the animated GIF. Again, this one doesn't really pertain, so I'm going to go back in and edit it out. But I just wanted to show you the technique, so that in case you want to show a short animation in your pull request of the before and after, you'll know how to do that. All right, so we've done the instructions for the pull request. Next thing, I want to pick reviewers. So when I pick reviewers, I want to pick people that are on my team that did not contribute to this. Now in this case, I'm on the staff team, so it's a little bit, doesn't quite apply. But let's say I pick Calvin as somebody who's on my team, and then I want to pick somebody from the staff. In the case of students in the course, what you want to do is go to the course website, go over here under More, and go to Teams, and then on here, determine for your team who is your learning assistant, who's your teaching assistant. So if I were on 5PM1, I would choose Andrew and Jackie as the people that I'm going to put as reviewers on my pull request. So let's suppose I chose Calvin and Brian because they're peers on my team. And let's suppose I choose Andrew and Jackie because they're my TA and my LA. Sorry, LA and TA. Andrew's the LA, Jackie's the TA. So now I've got my reviewers. For assignees, I want to assign myself because I worked on this. I want to get credit for it. Labels, I'm going to choose the S21 staff label. And let's see, for linked issues, I want to find the issue on my Kanban board that I'm working on. It's issue 267. I want to link these together. Now, I can link a PR to an issue either by linking the issue from the PR or vice versa. So just to illustrate that, let me show you that now that this PR is created and it's linked, if I go back to my Kanban board and I look at the issue, you'll see it says one linked pull request. And that means I should also be dragging this over to the in review column now because it's ready for review. Now, if I hadn't linked the pull request, let me go on here and show that the issue now shows that it's linked to the pull request, but I could undo that link. So now it's not linked to a pull request. From the pull request, you can link it to an issue, or from the issue, you can link it to a pull request. This time I'm going to show the other direction. It'll show a list of all the issues, and if I see the one, typically issues that have been worked on recently show up first, so it's often very early in the list. But if I didn't see it in the list, I could type in the issue number. In any case, it's now linked. This looks good. I've got my issue. It's linked to the pull request. The pull request is linked to the issue. On the Kanban board, they're both in the in review column. So we're now ready for the place in the cycle where we would be doing code reviews. That will be in the next video. So thank you for watching.